This video was made possible by the brave soldiers who fought in World War II, and by viewers like you. So stick around until the end to learn how this conflict shaped our modern world. World War II was the deadliest conflict in human history, claiming over 70 million lives. But before we dive into tanks and battles, we need to understand how the whole thing started. So let's rewind to 1919. The First World War had just ended, and the winners, Britain, France, and America, were sitting around a table in Versailles deciding what to do with the losers, particularly Germany. France said, "We want them to suffer," and Britain said, "Yeah, but not too much," and America said, "Can we all just get along?" But France won the argument. So Germany got absolutely wrecked by the Treaty of Versailles. They lost 13% of their territory, had to give up all their colonies, their army was reduced to just 100,000 men, they couldn't have an air force or submarines. The Rhineland had to be demilitarized, and on top of all that, they had to pay 132 billion gold marks in reparations, which is roughly $442 billion in today's money. The German people were humiliated. Their economy was in ruins. Inflation was so bad that people were using money as wallpaper because it was cheaper than buying actual wallpaper, and everyone was looking for someone to blame. Enter stage left. A small, angry man with a weird mustache named Adolf Hitler. Hitler had been a soldier in World War I, and he was furious about Germany's defeat. He genuinely believed that Germany hadn't lost on the battlefield but had been stabbed in the back by politicians and certain groups within German society, particularly Jewish people, which was completely false, but it's what he believed. In 1923, Hitler and his Nazi party tried to overthrow the German government in what's known as the Beer Hall Putsch. It failed miserably, and Hitler got arrested and sent to prison. While in prison, he wrote a book called Mein Kampf, which means My Struggle. And in it he laid out his entire worldview, his hatred of Jewish people, his belief in German racial superiority, his desire to conquer Eastern Europe for Lebensraum, or living space, and his plan to undo the Treaty of Versailles. Most people who read it thought, "This guy is crazy," and ignored him, which turned out to be a massive mistake. Hitler got out of prison in 1924 and decided to take power legally this time, and thanks to the Great Depression, which hit Germany particularly hard, people were desperate for someone who promised to fix everything, and Hitler was really good at giving speeches and making promises. By 1933, the Nazi Party was the largest party in the German parliament, and the president, Paul von Hindenburg, reluctantly made Hitler chancellor, thinking he could control him. He could not control him. Within months, Hitler had established a dictatorship. He banned all other political parties, he controlled the media, he established the Gestapo secret police, and he began persecuting Jewish people and other minorities. Meanwhile, over in Italy, another dictator had already risen to power. Benito Mussolini and his fascist party had taken control in 1922 after Mussolini literally marched on Rome with his black-shirt supporters and told the king, "Make me prime minister or I'll make me prime minister," and the king said, "Okay, fine." Mussolini wanted to recreate the Roman Empire and make Italy great again, so he started looking around for places to conquer, and his eyes fell on Ethiopia, one of the few independent nations in Africa. In 1935, Italy invaded Ethiopia, and the League of Nations, which was supposed to prevent this kind of thing, did absolutely nothing effective about it, because Britain and France didn't want to upset Mussolini, and this taught Hitler a very important lesson. The democracies wouldn't actually do anything to stop aggression. Hitler started testing the waters. In 1935, he held a vote in the Saar region, and it voted to rejoin Germany, which was allowed under the treaty. Then in 1936, he remilitarized the Rhineland, which was absolutely not allowed under the treaty, and he told his generals, "If the French army shows up, retreat immediately." But the French did nothing. Then he introduced conscription and started building up the German military, including creating the Luftwaffe Air Force, again violating the treaty, and again, nobody stopped him. In 1936, civil war broke out in Spain between the Republicans and the Nationalists led by Francisco Franco and Germany, and Italy sent support to Franco using Spain as a testing ground for their new weapons and tactics, while the Soviet Union sent support to the Republicans, and this conflict became a sort of preview of World War II.